Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some. NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And with us from the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. Here in Brooklyn, we have an interconference matchup with the Nets looking to create some cheers for their home crowd. And here's Brooklyn. Thomas gets the bucket. And you think about the future of this great league, certainly, Greg, some terrific young talent on display here tonight.
Yeah, and Kevin, who's got next? I mean, some gifted players here answering in the affirmative. Look at McCollum just going to work. So good at using his creativity to find shots inside.
Now here's McCollum. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take them.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Here's Murray. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And remember, in DeJounte Murray's rookie year, he played in the Western Conference Finals.
Murray was the youngest player in this series, playing 20 minutes a game, competing against the KD Steph Warriors. How about that for a welcome to the NBA?
Now here's Thomas. It's good. Thomas got 6.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Had a chance to talk with head coach Jorge Hernandez. Now, he's concerned about a lot of things, but in particular, he's worried about how to deal with DeJounte Murray. Coach said he's an opportunist in transition. Everybody's got to get back after a miss, or he'll eat us alive. Sounds like the same thing we've heard from other coaches. Guys?
Thank you, David. The quick look, no good that time. And Thomas, here we go. Pelicans with the rebound.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one. A classic breakdown. With the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a freebie.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Here's Russell. And the Nets miss again. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. The shot, no good.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
To the paint. Here's Claxton. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And the precision passing of Russell, this time out of the pick and roll.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Well, the Pelicans have lost in the first round GA of the playoffs in 2 of the last 3 years.
And with how good the West is right now, they knew they couldn't stand pat. They felt the urgency to make some changes this offseason in order to take the next step.
Both teams will make substitutions. Now, Alvarado connects on the foul line jumper.
That's more than enough space for him to get that shot up.
Here's Thomas. It's hauled in by Hawkins. 1:57 left in the first quarter. And the rejection by Claxton. Pass to Robinson Earl. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Alvarado missing. And so Whitehead will bring it up for the Nets. The kick out to Williams. No good from the wing. .124 left to play in the first. To the middle. From 8. Johnson with the rebound.
Oh, wow. This close, you gotta finish strong. Like, you can't give yourself room for a mistake like that. Why? Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice. Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Here's Thomas. And Thomas with the stop.
Yeah, put a little extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force. Brooklyn with the rebound. Here's Whitehead. Outside for Thomas. Back to Claxton. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Claxton's got his second basket.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Thomas surveying the D. They grab their own miss. He shoots again for the 3. That shot, no. Good. Cam Thomas getting it done for Brooklyn. He knocked 8 points in the quarter. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And they're also hitting that mid-range shot at a high clip. A big key will be to continue that success throughout.
There's the 3. Shot's good by Whitehead. Whitehead's got the lead up to 5 now for the Nets.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Pelicans are putting the ball in Zion Williamson's hands. He said, I'm just playing chess within the game, seeing how the defense is guarding me. I'm going to pick my spots. My teammates trust me to make the right decision, but they also trust me to be me when that time is right. Kevin, I'll let you be you.
And I love when you are you, David. Thank you so much. Here's Whitehead. No good on the 3. Pelicans trail by 6. The recent history of the Nets. You know, Greg, they're always looking for a big splash or a quick fix to be competitive.
And Kevin, this franchise has sold its future more than a few times, but they always find a way to bounce back. You hope they don't go for a quick fix with this group.
And GA, what you have to admire about C.J. McCollum is he is the consummate pro.
Yeah, at this stage of his career, he's the adult in the room, and he's grown into a connector on the floor while still being that professional scorer.
Nisi's shot is good.
Now, look, he is a solid distributor. Murray is gifted at finding his teammates pretty much in any spot on the floor.
From deep, Thomas. Rebounded by McCollum. Pelicans trail by 5. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. It's McCollum on the wing. And it's blocked. They recover it. Tries again. The shot by Nisi, no good. Here's Williams. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And the Pelicans making a change here. New Orleans with the ball. McCollum outside. The rebound by Sharp. Brooklyn leading by 5. Outside Williams. Walk up 2 there. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Jones trying to get open. Offensive rebound. Another shot. And McCollum with the layup. McCollum's got 4 this quarter.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
Johnson right side. 3-pointer. Here's Sharp. Kicks it out to Johnson. Fires for 3. They shoot again. And at last, they get one to fall. Johnson's got 5 now. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Greg, you know, good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here is Hawkins. Scoreless thus far. Again, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I'll tell you, Zion can do that all night. Terrific offensive rebounder.
Snatched up. Here's Clowney. Here's Whitehead. 6 points for him. No good from outside. Williamson looking it over. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. And now, here comes Wilson. The break.
Really good ball movement there in transition.
Pelicans trail by 7. Over in the corner, Brown. It's stolen by Martin. Here's Wilson. And taken away by Brown. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Williamson in the post. Here's Olynyk. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. Olynyk's got his first 2 points.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Clowney. Back to Martin. Just 5 to shoot. The shot. All around the rim that time before dropping in. And the Nets lead by 7. And the first half is now. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Nets leading by 7. Following some ups and downs, Richard, the Brooklyn Nets, and you know this, they're back in rebuild mode.
Yes, unfortunately they are, but fans shouldn't let the word rebuild discourage them. The Nets still have a ton of solid pieces, and it's just a question of making smart moves from here on out.
Outside, Martin. Over in the corner, Claxton. Pass to Wilson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Touch by Claxton.
That pass wandered off target. Can't lose focus on the little bitty things.
And Murray, here we go.
That is Murray's game. He doesn't settle. He is always in attack mode.
It's Martin on the wing. And stolen by Williamson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. New Orleans shooting their fifth and 6 free throws of the game.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe.
Your classic combo guard, C.J. McCollum, can play off the ball as a shooting guard, but also can run the point at times. A valuable piece for this team.
No good off the back of the rim.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Williams. Just 4 to shoot. Second chance shot. And he lays it up and in. Williams has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
McCollum outside. Back to Jones. New Orleans moving the ball around. Count that bucket. McCollum's got 13 points.
And he's capable of turning it up on offense. When McCollum catches fire, this is a guy that can get uber aggressive.
Pass to Thomas. Messi grabs the rebound.
And usually that's a bucket for him. But look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
You know, D.A., we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm very happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you.
Even inside and against contact, Murray stays flexible and gets to his finish.
Here's Thomas. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Well, you talk about Cam Thomas. RJ, he's one of the most explosive scorers I know in the NBA.
Well, after Kyrie and KD got traded out of Brooklyn, Thomas went off, putting together a streak of 3 straight 40-point games.
You know, Greg, it's been great to see the Pelicans get to the next level these past few seasons, hasn't it?
It has, and they've become one of the deeper teams in the NBA over that time. It's not just about one guy. There's talent up and down that roster.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one at the line is good. You know, the hopes of a super team in Brooklyn did not come to fruition at all, Richard, and you saw it firsthand.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Kevin. Yes, I had a front row view to it. And look, from a fan's perspective, it's a tough take. The team brings in some of the biggest stars this league has ever seen. You are thinking championship, and you never got close.
And here's Hawkins. He has yet to score. Alvarado with it. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Outside Thomas. Pass to Johnson. Fires the 3. And the Nets another 3.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
A nice shot by Brown.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Russell with a wide open look. They get it back. Johnson in the corner. It's stolen by Jones. And now the Pelicans on the break. Over Williams. Jones, no luck. Here's Thomas. No good. The third quarter comes to a close. Nets lead by 4. And coming up as soon as we... And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Pelicans trail by 4. McCollum outside. It's hauled in by Claxton. It's stolen. Olynyk with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And the basket by McCollum.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
Here's Claxton. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Here's McCollum. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
And I love how active McCollum is. Superb at drawing contact on the rim.
Second free throw, no good. And if you listen to Cam Johnson talk about shooting, my goodness, he is a student of the game.
There's a lot of different shooters constantly analyzing his own footwork. And you know what? The result speaks for themselves.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So both teams making some changes here. Back to Williamson. The 15-footer. The shot that time, not on target. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Nets. On the wing, Williams. Six to shoot. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And Claxton throws it down. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with a hanging finish. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Johnson right side. Here's the 3. That one falls coming off Johnson's feed. And the Nets lead by 8.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Launches from deep. Brooklyn gets it back with a new shot clock at 14. Williams for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Pass to Messi. Back to McCollum. Poked away. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Johnson goes in. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. On the wing, Johnson. Wide open. Messi grabs the rebound. Pelicans trail by 8 and taken away by Johnson. Lets it go from the wing. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
I'm not sure what he thought he could get away with there. Pretty clear over the back.
Yeah, it's one thing to be aggressive, hotshot. It's another thing to get reckless. He's got to stay under control.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're behind by 8. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth. So it's both teams making substitutions here. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Guys, I was able to catch the message Willie Green gave to his team. He knows they struggled at the free throw line, but he actually looked at the positive. He said, if we continue to get to the foul line, good things are going to happen, but we have to keep getting there. Maybe that'll take the heat off them a little.
Thank you, David. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. Pelicans trail by 8. Here's Murray. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
It's fun to watch a crafty player like DeJounte Murray who uses a blend of speed and smarts to make trouble on both ends of the floor.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
Here's Whitehead. Johnson outside. And the Nets miss again.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
Anything other than a make is game over. This is where you lean on your stars to get you to the finish line.
Here's Wilson. His three-pointers off the mark. Stolen by Wilson. And he commits the intentional foul. .35 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
A lockdown defender with a 6'10 wingspan? Yeah, Murray creates a lot of problems for the mother guards.
The rebound by Johnson. So it's Brooklyn now. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter, and so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They trail by 8. There's 15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
With timeouts, it's use them or lose them, so why not go down fighting?
There's 18 seconds left in the game. The three from McCollum. Count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And when it matters most, the coach has the confidence that McCollum will deliver.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. With the drive. Good!
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage With Hall of Fame. Grant Hill and Doris Burke. This is Brian Anderson, plus our reporter, Allie LaForce. And so on. Off the tip, it's Brooklyn. And stolen by Suggs. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot. Well, both of these organizations have done a good job of acquiring and developing young talent, Grant.
Absolutely, B.A. These rosters are filled with young stars. They have a chance to make some noise in the coming years. They just need to continue to grow as individuals and as a team.
Tipped. To the right side. Pass to Johnson. Fires for three. Knocks down the long J.
See, to me, the more D'Angelo Russell passes the basketball, the better his team is. Encouraging to see him focus on it.
And Banchero gets it to go.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Outside, Williams. Off the mark there with a three. And Suggs has got the ball here for Orlando. From deep, Thomas with the ball. Now guarded by Suggs. Russell has the open look. The offensive rebound. Outside Johnson. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Johnson's got 6.
Now, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start the game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches. Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Here's Russell, following the bucket by the Magic. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Suggs surveys the D. Pass to Carter. Claxton with a rebound. Brooklyn with the ball. Doris, someone who plays within himself. Nick Claxton knows what his team wants from him.
There's real value in a player understanding his role, and that's Nick Claxton. Sprint the floor, rebound, rim protect. He knows who he is and what puts him on the floor.
Shot clock at 3. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Magic. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Here's Suggs. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Suggs, right side. And they're unable to get the tying bucket there. The Nets with a lead. Here's Williams. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 6. And Claxton throws it down.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Banchero drives. Pass to Carter. Some solid defense from Claxton.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Outside Johnson. .111 left in the first. Shot clock at 5. And Claxton gets the bucket. Claxton's got 6.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Orlando calls timeout. Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
Here's Suggs. "13 feet out. Johnson with the defensive effort.
He was so well positioned to interfere with the shot.
And this is what the really good defensive players do. They anticipate, and they're rarely fooled.
A chance at a 2-for-1 if they'd like.
And I really can't see why they wouldn't.
The 3 from Banchero. Claxton with a rebound. Brooklyn leading by 8. Here's Thomas. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And Suggs has got the ball here for the Magic. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Banchero. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Hello. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
And so it's Brooklyn, leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. We'll be right back after this word. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
They've been pretty intimidating on the defensive end, knocking away shooting, containing shooters, and making it tough to find looks.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting.
And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. To the paint. Pass to Claxton. It's rebounded by Bataze. Magic trail by 6. Here's Banchero. He takes it in. I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Claxton. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
The size mismatch makes that a high percentage look.
Banchero right side. Pass to Anthony. A deep three. Bitadze. Rebounded by Johnson. Nets leading by 6. Nice D from Wagner. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Here's Bitadze. On the wing, Anthony. No made baskets yet. Misses the layup. Thomas outside. Pass to Johnson. Shot from the low post is good.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
Orlando calls timeout. Well, you look at Cam Thomas, Grant. Do you think he has the potential to be a star in this league?
Well, it's tough to say, B.A. He has a lot of talent, especially as a scorer. I think he has to keep evolving other parts of his game if he wants to become a full-fledged star.
Closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. As Jamal Mosley said, they're so tight together. It's just organic. They're happy in creating these relationships over time, and it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you. Shot clock at 6. Off target with the 3. Here's Isaac. The rebound by the Nets. Pass to Johnson. Back to Williams. And the call will be against Mo Wagner. That's his first foul.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. The kick out to Williams. Timeout called, the Nets. Well, the Nets are still feeling the ramifications of trading for James Harden, Doris.
Well, B.A., consider in that trade, they gave away Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, and 4 first-round picks for a total of just 80 games played for James Harden. The reverberations are still being felt.
And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Clock is at 3. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
To stop the drought. Pass to Wagner. Wagner outside. And he dunks it down.
I tell you, don't be surprised when Franz Wagner gets up above the rim and finishes. This guy loves to attack the basket.
Outside Johnson. For 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here's Whitehead. Pass to Johnson. Here's Thomas. Excellent D there from Caldwell Pope. Magic trail by 11. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Here's Whitehead. He's scoreless. Inside. Johnson on the wing. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. To the inside. Wagner. Pass to Caldwell Pope. On the wing, Caldwell Pope. Now Wagner. To the wing, right side. Here's Black. And no good. Brooklyn leading by 9. Right side, Williams. It's his first trip to the line. Free throw drops for Williams. And Williams drops them both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
And here's Suggs. To the middle. It doesn't go for him. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And as the coaches draw up their strategies, the players staying hydrated with some Gatorade. That's key to keeping them at their best all the way up to the buzzer.
It really is. And every one of those players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Here's Johnson. And so it's Brooklyn, closing out the quarter. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. And so it's Carter who brings up the ball for the Orlando Magic. 11-point game.
Now, this is a guy putting his physical gifts to work. Jalen Suggs, no doubt on the dunk.
All right, Grant, when you look at the Nets rebuild, what are you seeing at this point?
Well, they gave up a lot of young players and draft picks to assemble a big three. And, of course, that didn't quite work out. So now they're in that middle ground, which sometimes can be a little tough. Add to the fact that they're in New York, the fans and media are anything but patient and forgiving.
Williams' shot is good. Magic trail by 11. Up top, Suggs. Pass to Carter. Drops in the layup for 2. Carter's got his second basket.
Wendell Carter Jr. going to the cup. Look out, folks. Here he comes.
Second half getting started. About a minute played. Here's Sharp. And it's rejected. Down low. And they go to the intentional foul. Timeout called. Brooklyn.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Wagner on the wing. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That's a big-time finish by Franz Wagner. Might be young, but he is undeterred.
Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner. Not surprising he had an easier transition to the NBA.
Well, think about this, B.A. I mean, he played against men very early in Germany, splitting time in Euroball, and at Michigan let him really develop in multiple ways. So he's seen it all and is still so young.
Here's Whitehead, still without a bucket. Inside, Claxton. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And he sinks the second. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Pass to Carter. 9 feet out.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes. What a big-time asset defensively.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, "I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball." Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that. Back to Thomas. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. And the Nets lead by 9.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Here's Banchero. Bumped and finishes. Great stuff from Banchero.
Oh, too big, too strong. It'll take more than that to stop Banchero.
Outside Johnson. And stolen by Banchero. And the Magic pushing it up now. Here's Carter. Some solid defense from Claxton. Nets leading by 7. Outside Johnson. Pass to Whitehead. From deep three-point land. Caldwell Pope pulls it in. Here's Orlando. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Despite his young age, we know Jalen Suggs has proven to be a tremendous leader. His teammates love playing with this guy.
Second free throw, no good.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those.
Oh!
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a WNBA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
A full load to handle anywhere on the floor. Banchero makes sure he gets his.
Free throw drops for Banchero. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
And the playmaking skills Banchero has already are outstanding. Just such a unique young player.
Here's Claxton. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long. Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
Grant, they could attempt a 2 for 1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
Here's Whitehead. Yet to see a basket. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Orlando shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game. No good on the free throw.
Jalen Suggs gets a ton of attention for his offensive skill set, and that's appropriate. But let's remember, he can be imposing defensively.
17 seconds left in the third quarter here. To the paint. And stolen by Banchero. In transition. And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up. Boy, he hasn't been able to capitalize on his chances at the line. Only making 1 free throw. That's good from Suggs. Suggs hits them both. Thomas, left side. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
makes his selection.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been a more physical team. Back to the game after this break. Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Here's Williams. To the inside. Here's Claxton. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
Here's Suggs. Not going to go that time. Johnson with the defensive effort. Nets leading by 9. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Yeah, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and were able to find those holes in the defense.
And the other thing, guys, that they've been very effective at is shooting the long-range jumpers. The defense has been having trouble closing out to them in this game in particular.
Now here's Thomas. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to go on Jalen Suggs.
It was a strong move. The shot's just a little off.
So he comes up empty at the line. Here's Anthony. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Anthony's got his first bucket in this one.
I love it when guards are willing to get on the inside and go ahead and make plays. Cole Anthony, a scorer by nature.
And it's Cole Anthony with a foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. About a minute and a half into the fourth now. Outside Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Thomas. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Timeout called, the Magic. Boy, you look at Cam Johnson. He's been playing really well.
And I think a new plan would be a good idea. At least make it hard on this guy.
So both teams making some changes here. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hi, guys. Well, Jamal Mosley was just reviewing the playing with his team. They were encouraging their team to run, look for breaks. Coach wants to see them getting into transition more. Back to you, Brian.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Takes it inside. Clowney can't get it to go. Wagner for 3. Claxton with a rebound.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Williams from long range. Shot's no good. Made 4, he's missed 4 now. Here's Banchero. And he drives in. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
He will muscle his way down the lane. Watch out when Banchero comes tumbling by.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Inside. It's tipped. Wagner with a steal. Wagner with it. Guarded now by Williams. And so they foul intentionally. Orlando with the ball. Trailing by 8. Here's Caldwell Pope. Here's Wagner. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
Wow, you can't let Wagner get established like that. If he does, scoring is easy.
Outside Johnson. Here's Williams. Good. That's his 5th bucket in 9 attempts.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. 1:51 left to play in the fourth. Here's Anthony. Johnson with the defensive effort. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. In transition, the Mavericks. Oh, my goodness! Cocked it back and fired it home!
Well, starting that whole thing off is the steal, the anticipation by Wagner, just making an impact where he can.
Magic trail by 6. Up top, Banchero. Can't connect from short range. Outside Johnson. The kick out to Johnson. Pure from three-point range. Johnson's got 6 here in the quarter.
Oh, the defense has to stay attached to him on the perimeter.
That one rocked this arena.
That's the kind of dunk right there that makes you think he's going to rip down the rim. Thomas, that's good. And the Nets lead by 9.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Deflects the pass. The 3 is up. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
And they knew it wasn't going to be easy to win on the road, but they've controlled the pace on this one.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Pass to Thomas. Back to Johnson. Banked it in off the glass.
The scoring is coming easy for him. Got to keep the ball in his hands.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. For 3, Anthony. Claxton with a rebound. Outside, Williams. No good. So we see the Nets taking the W here. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean...
At Barclays Center, the fans here in amped up for their net. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. Now, here is Russell. It's good. And you think about the future of this great league, certainly, Greg, some terrific young talent on display here tonight.
Yeah, and Kevin, who's got next? Some gifted players here answering in the affirmative.
Now here's Thomas. Jalen Suggs unable to get his last shot to go. Kicks it out to Johnson. Down low. Here's Williams. Outside Thomas. From the arc. And it's Suggs with the rebound. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Was able to talk with Jordan Hernandez for a minute. Now, we spoke briefly about how critical it is to slow down Paolo Banchero. Coach said he can be a force in offense when he gets a couple to fall. The energy and effort from our guys has to be high if we want to contain him. We'll see if that team can contain Banchero out there, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. Name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Completing the fast break, Carter Jr. there, showing you what it looks like to be a rim runner.
Russell looking it over. On the wing, Williams. 5 on the clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. The shot's good from Claxton.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising, an effective combo guard who can really get it going at times.
And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, that's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
And here are the Nets. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Orlando moving the ball around. Banchero right side. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. And no good that time. Orlando trailing here. Wagner from long range. It's hauled in by Claxton. And the Nets with possession here. To the paint. Great defense that time from Banchero. Here's Wagner. And he floats in for the easy two. Just on that one. Wagner's got his second basket of the game. .133 left in the first quarter of the game. The shot's good from Claxton.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Suggs. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Boy, that's just the toughness basket by Suggs right there. Remember now, this young man was an all-state football player in high school.
Here's Whitehead. Still scoreless. Clock at 6. Pass to Claxton. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Carter. Now, Banchero. He's guarded by Johnson.
And Banchero doesn't back down from anyone, which is why he's able to draw those fouls.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Wagner. Hits the fadeaway. Wagner's got 6.
Great concentration from Wagner. The German sticking with it there.
Pass to Whitehead. No good on the last second attempt there. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Magic lead. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty good scene through the first quarter. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what are you guys seeing?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That is his first foul of the game. Swiped it away. Now Suggs pushing it up. No one to stop him.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
Nets trail by 3. The recent history of the Nets. You know, Greg, they're always looking for a big splash or a quick fix to be competitive.
And Kevin, this franchise has sold its future more than a few times, but they always find a way to bounce back. You hope they don't go for a quick fix with this group.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And finished off by Banchero.
And what a strong finish from Banchero. His guys love when he throws it down.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says, one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game is played more competitively, and talking Spanish was welcome. I had it in me deep down, but that brought it out more. And that combination of styles has helped him to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot, can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
And here's Isaac. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. Wagner misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Knocked loose. It's stolen by Anthony. From 6 feet out, he nails it. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Magic.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition. Racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
Well, how about the transition game, too? I mean, that's been another key for them, moving the ball quickly up the floor. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Here's Wagner. And finish off by Wagner.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
Here's Claxton. Shot clock at 6. And Thomas has it in the corner. Isaac with the ball. Williams picks him up. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Will Pope with a wide open look. Buries the long-range jumper.
Love the rise and fire approach from KCP. Got to be impressed with this guy's confidence.
Pass to Williams. Back to Claxton. They need this. On the wing, Johnson. 6 points for him. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. The Magic leading by 6. How about this run, Greg, they're on right now? Wow.
I mean, they're just getting to their spots and executing, really keeping things simple. You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Tough to catch a pass of that distance. He's asking an awful lot of his teammate to be able to reel that one in.
And so here's Orlando. Inside. Here's Isaac. And the layup falls. Isaac's got the lead up to 8 now for the Magic.
And Isaac really a big-time player on the interior. When he's near the basket, he's looking to score the ball.
Brooklyn with the ball. Johnson outside. Isaac with the steal. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Good on the shot. And it's a 12-point Orlando lead.
Terrific activity from Isaac. Excellent at using his length to get those steals.
So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. From deep, Johnson. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
"16 seconds left now here in the second. Trying to get something going. Here's Williams. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Claxton. Good work defensively by Carter. Now a timeout called by Orlando. 1 second left.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And so it's the Orlando Magic with a... And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. The Magic leading by 14. Clark, I know you'd agree, Paolo Banchero has certainly lived up to the hype, being a #1 overall pick.
Yeah, you know, I loved him when he was in college. Loved his size, his athleticism, his IQ, his tenacity. I mean, I don't think there's anything on the floor that he can't do.
Here's Whitehead. He has yet to score. Pass to Watford. 6 on the shot clock. Off target from outside. Here's Orlando now. They lead by 14. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. And Banchero, here we go. And it's Suggs missing. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
That's a 2 from Martin. Basket counts. Martin's got the first points of the second half here for Brooklyn.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Watford with it. He takes it in.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Here's Suggs. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, the for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, last season the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, Dave, thank you. And like a number of centers in today's NBA, Wendell Carter Jr. continues, Clark, to hone his three-point shooting.
Boy, I tell you what, Kevin, it's almost mandatory necessary for big guys nowadays to be able to knock down not only the mid-range jumper, but the three-point shot. Give credit to Carter Jr. for seeing this growing trend and then working to put it into his toolkit.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Magic leading by 11. Pass to Wagner. Now, here's Banchero. Covered by Watford. And Banchero, here we go. It's Martin on the wing. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Claxton. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Wilson. To the middle. Here's Claxton. Second shot opportunity. The shot by Wilson, no good. And Wagner's got the ball here for Orlando. Back to Carter. Pass to Wagner. Going inside. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Wagner's got 10 points in the game.
Wagner saw the opening and took off. Slashed with the best of them.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. The 19-foot shot. Anthony's shot is off. Nets trailed by 11. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Pass to Wagner. Here's Isaac. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And, you know, right now for me, it's all about confidence as it relates to Isaac. I mean, this guy has the tools to be special. I think he just needs to be more consistent.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Here's Thomas. Cam Thomas was the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft. GA. I think a lot of teams, wouldn't you agree, are regretting passing on him.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that he fell all the way to the end of the first round. Lots of teams would love to have a scorer like him on their roster. Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
A capable floor general. I love watching Anthony set up his teammates.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Magic.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
And the defense has been disruptive, forcing turnovers, challenging shots. The turnovers they've been able to turn into points, too.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Really, the right play defensively, if you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Pass to Anthony. And there's the drive. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Turning on the afterburners on the drive. Good to see Anthony using his athleticism in these situations.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Whitehead. Johnson in the corner. To the inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Cole Anthony. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And, guys, that was
Goodness.
Mercy, mercy me.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win.
And so it's the Orlando Magic. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Back right after this. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Puts up a 3. Drops in the tray.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
To the middle. Here's Black. Here's Bitadze. Banked in off the glass. And the Magic lead by 12.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
Johnson wide open. He fires. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Wagner outside. And Clark. We're looking at Franz Wagner here. What makes him so effective?
Well, his size and mobility, a rare combination, and how good he is instinctively at the defensive end of the floor. I mean, he can get out and get in a stance and guard guards, and he also can bang inside with big physical guys, and he's very fluid in his motion. Great agility. Love watching that young fella play. No denying, the future is certainly bright for Wagner. He's a superb scorer already who also is growing as a passer.
Pass to Williams. Johnson right side. 4 on the clock. Connects from three-point range.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Wagner. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Johnson outside. Outside Williams. Pass to Claxton. Whitehead deciding where to go with it. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Whitehead's got 5 points now in the quarter. Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
And once Banchero gets going, boy, it's hard to stop him. Given his size and speed, he's going to be a handful.
Out to the right wing. Here's Whitehead. Johnson outside. And a miss there on the triple. And Cameron Thomas picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
And here's Wagner over Claxton. And it's Wagner missing.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Pass to Whitehead. Gets hauled in by Harris.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Jamal Mosley was going over with his team. Now, Coach told his team, we're up. Take care of the ball. Don't give them the game. Playing smart basketball will clinch a victory for us. Guys?
Thank you, David. to the left wing. Kicks it out to Johnson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
And Johnson drops them both.
Wow, coming through for his team at the line and cutting this down to a very tight game.
Pass to Carter. Over Claxton. Banchero outside. Here's Wagner. Over Williams. Tips it. And Carter with his second chance points. And the Magic lead by 8.
Right there. I mean, Carter using his instincts and his motor to track down the miss and convert it into second chance points. That's just really good work.
Here's Suggs. Pass to Carter. Back to Banchero. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That one good for 2.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
Down low. Here's Whitehead. Back to Claxton. Johnson for 3. Rejected by Banchero. Now Caldwell Pope. With the drive, Thomas grabs the rebound. From outside the arc, nails the triple. There's the steal. Fires it up. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're down by 5. Just 4 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
Johnson from outside. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.